The Prelude to Chaos 2.0 skin bundle releases later this week, but should you buy it? This collection comes in at 8,700 Valorant points and is the much anticipated follow-up to one of the most popular Vandal skins in the game. It's no secret that people love the theme and everything going on here, so let's not beat around the bush and instead jump right into how this Phantom skin sounds. While I definitely feel like the overall theme and sounds of Prelude to Chaos fit the Vandal better, I do think they actually did a really good job of converting all of that to the Phantom here. The skin does sound sort of similar to Mage Punk, but that's almost a given considering the electricity overlap. And then a small little detail I really liked was how you can see the lightning effects popping up on the ADS, as we didn't really get anything like that on the Vandal. Then as far as the kill audio goes, this is of course one of the most iconic in the game, so there isn't really much to debate or discuss here. Just enjoy how this sounds. Now, animations were already another highlight of the original Prelude to Chaos bundle, but on this one, even the equip animation feels new. I think realistically it is close to the default Phantom equip, but between how all the parts of the gun come apart and how that whole animation just sounds, it feels really fresh. Both inspects are fairly similar, and then the reloads have the same concept, but essentially just executed with a different hand. If I'm being really picky, Vice's hand looks too big and awkward to be grabbing onto that little lever like that, but it's not the end of the world, and I like the animations here. While we're on the topic of animations, here are the other guns too. The Sheriff uses the spinning equip animation, and then I believe gets both a unique reload and inspect animation, although correct me if I'm wrong there. I also thought that the Sheriff had a really distinct shooting sound, so take a listen to that. I think it's sick how powerful it sounds, but it definitely caught me off guard the first time that I heard it. Then the Spectre also gets that classic inspect for Prelude to Chaos, as well as its own reload in the same style. And then there you can see all of the new bulldog animations too. They did keep all 4 variants from the original Prelude to Chaos collection. I sort of wish they swapped out this green one for something new, since I reckon it's pretty easily the least popular, but I could be wrong, so tell me which variant is your favorite in the comments. Then for the finisher, I mean, once again, this is a 2.0 bundle, so they didn't reinvent the wheel here, and it sort of made me realize that this finisher is honestly a little underwhelming nowadays compared to some of the insane stuff we see. I don't think it's actually bad, the chains pulling the enemy down is still a cool concept, it just doesn't feel as good as it used to. Finally, that brings us to the Flail of Chaos, which technically is a new knife type, as we don't have anything really close to resembling this, so that's pretty exciting. They did still reuse some animations, but I think the added chain and mace here make it feel unique enough that I hardly notice, especially when it's glowing with all of the effects. I did notice though, and also saw some people point out, this clipping issue down here with Vice's hand, which even if it is just that energy field type part of this knife, I still don't think it looks good. The inspect is pretty cool though. They don't show it off for too long here, but based on all the clips I saw, I never saw them change the speed like you could with Kuronami, which if that's the case, if that's not possible, I think that's a pretty big missed opportunity. Overall, this knife is probably one of the most polarizing we've ever seen added in quite some time. Some people are saying this is peak and it's like the coolest thing they've ever seen, while others think it's gross and too bulky. Personally, I'm sort of indifferent. I like it more than the original Chaos knife, but I'm not obsessed with it either. And to be honest, I just appreciate that they went for something new here. Technically, the price of this knife is unknown since it's new. It should just cost 4,350 Valorant points, but keep an eye on that. So all in all, is the Prelude to Chaos 2.0 skin bundle worth it? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. We already know and love this theme, so to see it applied to the Phantom so successfully is amazing. And then the gun choices they went with are popular enough. I definitely would have rathered we see a Guardian or an Outlaw, but I can't deny that the Prelude Spectre looks good. Personally, I know I for sure want the Phantom and Sheriff, and then the knife does enough to get me intrigued and want to see how it feels to use in game, so I'll most likely end up picking up the whole bundle for this one. I'm still hesitant to recommend just anyone to do that though, and really you should just know yourself. If you love this knife, then get the whole bundle, and if you hate it, then just grab the Phantom or whichever guns you need.